Remember when Acura meant something? When the Integra and Legend proved Japanese luxury could outshine the Germans? Those days feel distant now. For years, Acura's been stuck in neutral, while BMW, Mercedes, and Audi dominated the compact luxury segment. But here's what caught my attention. The 2027 ADX isn't just another badge-engineered Honda. This is Acura's most serious attempt in 2 decades to reclaim relevance in a segment they've essentially abandoned. After watching luxury buyers flock to the X1 and GLA, Acura finally seems to understand what went wrong. The question isn't whether the ADX looks good on paper, it's whether Acura can deliver the substance that made them respected in the first place. The front fascia tells you immediately that Acura's design team studied their homework. That diamond pentagon grille, love it or hate it, finally has purpose and proportion here. It's not overwrought like some recent Acura attempts. The LED headlight treatment employs what they're calling jewel eye technology, and honestly, it works. There's visual weight here that the RDX sometimes lacks. When you park this next to a BMW X1, you're not embarrassed. That matters more than people admit. The lower air intakes are functional, not just decorative slashes, and the character lines along the hood create tension without looking fussy. My concern? In silver or white, some of this detail disappears. The Germans learned decades ago that luxury design needs to read clearly in any color. Acura's getting there, but they're not quite at that level of sophistication yet. The overall presence is confident though. This looks like $45,000 of automobile, not $30,000. The rear design is where Acura took risks, and I respect that. Those full-width taillights aren't just following trends. They're integrated into the liftgate in a way that creates visual width, making the ADX look more substantial than its footprint suggests. The dual exhaust outlets appear genuinely functional, not the fake chrome tips plaguing the industry. Here's my honest take. The rear three-quarter view is actually the ADX's strongest angle. There's a cohesiveness here that some compact luxury SUVs lack. The Germans often nail the front and foam in the rear. Acura did the opposite homework. The tailgate shetline quality and panel gap consistency will determine whether this truly competes or just pretends to. From what we're seeing, Acura's manufacturing quality control has improved dramatically. The stance, with what appears to be 19-inch wheels in the higher trims, gives proper road presence without looking cartoonish. Step inside, and the dashboard immediately signals Acura's intentions. The material quality represents a genuine leap forward. That's not hard plastic pretending to be soft touch. The upper dash appears to use actual stitched leather, and the metal trim pieces have proper weight and finish. The instrument panel layout is driver-focused without being aggressive. Here's where experience matters. Compare this to a Mercedes GLA interior, and you'll notice Acura gives you more physical buttons for climate control. At our age, that's not old-fashioned, that's intelligent design. You can adjust the temperature without diving through 3 menu screens. The center stack angles toward the driver, and sight lines to the digital gauge cluster are unobstructed. My observation: Acura's interior designers finally understood that luxury isn't about minimalism or maximalism. It's about appropriateness. The ambient lighting system offers multiple colors, but unlike some competitors, it doesn't look like a nightclub inside. This feels like a $50,000 cabin, and that pricing confidence shows. The front seats deserve specific attention because this is where you'll spend your time. Acura's using what they call premium Milano leather with contrast stitching, and the bolstering is supportive without being confining. These aren't sport seat torture devices. The rear passenger space is where the ADX makes its value argument. There's legitimate adult room back there, with adequate knee clearance and headroom, even with the panoramic sunroof. The seat bottom length is sufficient for thigh support, something compact SUVs often sacrifice. For occasional grandchildren duty or couples road trips, this works. The seat materials appear consistent front to rear, no cheap cloth in back while leather's up front. My personal assessment after examining the specs: these seats should remain comfortable on 4-hour drives. The heating and ventilation system seems comprehensive, with 3-stage adjustment rather than just on-off switches. The infotainment system uses Acura's latest True Touchpad interface on a 12.3-inch screen. Here's the truth: This isn't as intuitive as BMW's iDrive, but it's significantly better than Acura's previous attempts. The screen resolution is sharp, the graphics aren't cartoonish, and response time appears immediate. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless and standard, which frankly should be mandatory at this price point. The audio system in higher trims uses a 16-speaker ELS Studio 3D setup. For those who remember when ELS meant something in Acura products, this matters. The voice recognition system seems improved, though I remain skeptical until real-world usage proves otherwise. Navigation is built in with over-the-air updates. My concern is menu depth. Can you adjust common settings within 2 touches, or does everything require hunting? That question determines daily satisfaction more than fancy features lists. The standard Acura Watch Safety Suite includes adaptive cruise control with low-speed follow, lane keeping assist that's actually useful rather than ping-ponging, and automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection. The blind spot monitoring system extends to rear cross-traffic alert. Here's what separates thoughtful from gimmicky. Acura includes front and rear parking sensors as standard, not buried in option packages. The surround view camera system offers multiple angles without fishy distortion that makes parking harder instead of easier. Wireless phone charging is standard, positioned where you can actually reach it. The hands-free power liftgate has adjustable height memory, practical for garage clearance. My analysis: Acura focused on features that enhance daily usability rather than chasing autonomous driving promises they can't deliver. That's the right priority for buyers who value substance. The head-up display is available and appears comprehensive without cluttering your sightline. Under the hood, Acura is expected to offer their turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder, likely producing around 270 horsepower. That's competitive with the X1's output and should provide adequate motivation for a vehicle this size. The transmission is Acura's 10-speed automatic, which has proven smooth and responsive in other applications. All-wheel drive is standard across the lineup, using Acura's super handling A-to-D system that can vector torque to individual wheels. Based on Acura's recent engineering philosophy, expect this to prioritize composure over outright sportiness. That's appropriate for the audience. The suspension appears to be a fully independent setup with adaptive dampers in higher trims. Acura's challenge is delivering German ride quality with Japanese reliability. Their recent track record suggests they're capable. Expected fuel economy should land around 26 combined, competitive but not class-leading. The platform is reportedly shared with Honda architecture, but reinforced for Acura duty.